Gardner. Sauce Gardner feels like he isn't receiving credit he deserves. And he wants to be recognized as one of the top dogs at the position. We all know that. We all want to be recognized as the top dogs at the position. But only some of us produce to the level that you need to be to consider a top dog at the position. You know, some people talk it, some people walk it, some people walk it, and some people talk it at the same time. You know what I mean? So, but the media got away with hyping players up in the past without any production to match, the hype that was going on before, we started this platform and say what needs to be said. But they ain't getting away with it no more. They ain't getting away with that nonsense anymore unless nobody's out there making plays, and they don't have a choice but to just pick someone, put a bunch of players in a hat and pick a player, and then there you go. If that's what they have to resort to, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? This is Sauce Gardner. He tweet and delete. I hope it wasn't AI or whatever. You know what I mean? But he said, I'll go ahead and say the real, since nobody else will say, because it's me, referring to himself. I only have 32 targets. There are 0 cornerbacks that only had 32 targets through 600 plus snaps. I only had 22 targets through 7 games. I do not get targeted as much as 99.98% of other cornerbacks in the league. And only like 50% of those got completed. 2 TDs allowed. One was a busted coverage, both at the beginning of the year. Only 208 yards allowed all season, all year. Some receivers go for 100 plus in one game. Am I missing something? Sauce Gardner asks. Also, in my opinion, having a cornerback that takes away half the field is equivalent to having a nice quarterback. Sauce Gardner, where are the interceptions? Where are the interceptions, Sauce? That's what we want to hear. That's what we need to see. Where are the interceptions? Your offense needs the football back. The offense needs the football back. So Sauce has to understand there are other opportunities to make plays in a 4-hour NFL game besides the ball coming directly to him. Just go make a play, and there will be nothing to debate or argue about. I can promise you that.
Yeah, I feel like Sauce making a lot of excuses. When he was on the Jets, he was like, I keep getting called for pass interference because I'm on a sorry team. My team not winning, so I'm getting called for penalties. And then he got onto the good team, and then he's making different excuses. It's like, when is this going to stop? When the performer is going to show up?
Exactly. Just go make plays, man. That's all you have to do, man. But did you see that? Sauce said he takes away half the field. That's compared to having a nice quarterback. Sauce is starting to act delusional if he thinks he takes away half the field. And man, some of these young players need to do their research before they start talking and feeling good about themselves. And Sauce needs to do his research and see what taking away half the field actually looks like. If he wants to see what half the field looks like, taking away half the field looks like, And let me make this clear. Let me make this clear to everyone. Let me make this clear so there is no confusion. A cornerback's job is to stop the receiver from catching the football. That's your job. That's what you're brought on the team to do. That's the entire point of playing cornerback.
Was it 2 first rounds to get them?
Yes, 2 first rounders. The entire point of playing cornerback to prevent the intended targets from catching passes. Now, if you want to be considered exceptional or elite and separate yourself, then you go get the football. It's simple as that. Drees, just imagine when the time comes, whenever it happens, Sauce Gardner has a year where he intercepts 6 or 7 passes in a season. Can you imagine the hype and recognition he will receive after a season like that?
Mhm. I mean, we heard him. He's like the only reason he not getting the respect because he on the Jets. He getting the calls against him because he on the Jets. He went to a winning team, and we ain't seen no different. We seen the same exact thing we saw on the Jets.
Those are the excuses you're referring to. I'm sure of it, right? Those are
Yeah, I
like
mean, yeah, I was defending. I was defending for a while until like we had this
you saw the
conversation about it. We
real.
talked
You
about
saw
it.
the real.
Yeah, we talked about it. Like sometimes you gotta talk things out. You gotta talk
Yeah,
things out and
exactly.
recognize what's really going on.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta talk things out because a lot of people have different perspectives, of things, and might have to get the vision a little,
Mhm.
tighten it up a little bit, look straight forward instead of looking left and right sometimes. Yeah, so yeah, man. Yeah, I think Sauce Gardner, man, when that time comes, man, if he have 6 or 7 interceptions, the recognition and the hype that is going to be surrounding Sauce Gardner will be crazy. Probably ain't win Defensive Player of the Year, to be honest. Depends on who are these other young players, defensive players, cornerbacks, etc., coming into the NFL. It's always about hyping these young players up because the potential is great when you draft it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But Sauce had that he had the biggest hype train behind him in New York with the New York media. But I'm not sure if he's going to garner that same attention he did in New York now that he's playing for the Colts. But we'll see, man. We'll have to wait and see next season if that hype is still surrounding Sauce Gardner. If he balls out and he plays elite football, that attention will definitely find him. So at the end of the day, go find the football. You're at a better organization now. You're not with the Jets. You can't complain no more. I don't think Sauce made All Pro. I'm not sure if he made Pro Bowl. He probably did make Pro Bowl, but I'm not sure what accolades he accomplished this season. But at the end of the day, I think Sauce Gardner is in his feelings because he wants to be recognized as one of the top dogs. And that's the difference between me and a lot of people. People want to be recognized and hear the name called. I want to see the stats. I want to see the facts, the factual evidence, and that's what I look for.
And
But
speaking of Pro Bowl, was it like was every year you like your goal to make the Pro Bowl? Because I know you get like a bonus to be Pro Bowl, but I feel like it's some players out there that got like snubbed, and I feel like it's some players that shouldn't be in the Pro Bowl, and even like some Eagles players. I feel like Cam Jurgens, the center for the Eagles, he shouldn't be in the Pro Bowl. If you watch him play, I don't feel like he should be in the Pro Bowl. But a lot of times the fan votes and stuff like that is like
yeah,
it's a popularity contest.
yes, it's out of control now, man. There is no certain criteria or nothing, for players goal oriented to accomplish that makes them a Pro Bowler, so on and so forth. That like that, man. So today in the time with social media, the Twitter, and Instagram, and all that. It's all about how many followers you have and how good you can promote yourself as well as the plays you make on the field as well. You have to garner some attention on the football field while you're out there making plays, but it's not really legit. And that's the sucky part about it because everyone can go around saying they're Pro Bowlers and now I guess all pros and don't really accomplish what some of the other greats has accomplished, but they still get the accolades that the greats did. That makes it sucky a little bit for us competitors.
Was that
But
was that
it's
was
all
that your
good.
goal? Like, I want to be
Huh?
all pro. I want to be purple, or was that your
Yeah,
goal
I
when you
wanted to
played?
be the best of the best, man. First, I had to learn about these things. I wasn't starting. So first thing was the Pro Bowl. Then I learned about All Pro, and yeah, so that was the goal. Always wanted to be the All Pro, recognized as the two best players at my position, and that's the goal for everyone. you know.
Mhm.
But like you said earlier, essentially the Colts wasted 2 first rounders trading them away for Sauce Gardner. Essentially, not be because of the player Sauce Gardner is. That doesn't really have anything to do with it. Not that I'm saying he helps or he hurts the Indianapolis Colts on defense. I think he definitely helps compared to the players that they had starting in front of Sauce Gardner. But Indianapolis coach could have used those 2 first rounders in a much wiser way. They can use it much wisely, like maybe a quarterback, because Daniel Jones is anyone sold on Daniel Jones, you know? And now, you know, they just stuck with him, man. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I feel like Colts had like a terrible season where they started out at the top for so long and then they just dropped off and not even make the playoffs. It's like the Colts had like a messed up season this year, man. I feel bad for all the Colts fans out there that had so much hope, like, oh, we the best team, and then just fall off, like didn't make the playoffs.
They started so fast, man. It was a hype chain surrounding the Colts. Jonathan Taylor was running the football. Everyone thought Daniel Jones was reincarnated, and he was coached up and developed horribly, being with the Brian Daboll in New York and all these type of things.
And then you send 2 first rounds away, and then they went from the best season to the worst.
They went from fooling the fans thinking they was going to be a playoff contending team this season to fooling themselves, that they fooled themselves so bad. They went all in this season and traded away 2 first rounders and not even make the playoffs. God dog almighty, man. That is horrible. Horrible. Boy, that is horrible management.
That's worse than that's worse than the Raiders, honestly. At least the Raiders, they will get the first pick next year.
I could see if trading those 2 first rounders solidified a position like quarterback or something, or maybe even I don't know, man. But just giving it up for the cornerback, don't get it twisted. Cornerback is one of the most unique, hardest positions to play. But it's also hard to find a cornerback who's worth 2 first rounders or worth a damn that he can really change the game and really have a real impact on the defense. And to give up 2 first rounders to a player like Sauce Gardner, whose history and resume doesn't really show that impact that you really need. We can't just be talking about they don't throw my way and I don't get the opportunities other players get and things like that. Everybody out there get opportunities. Yes, some players get more than others, but when the opportunity presents itself, you have to make a play. That's the name of the game at the end of the day. Simple as that. When the opportunity presents itself, step up, find a way to make a play.